All right, in this video we're going to talk about how to analyze scale drawings. Still part of the proportions unit, unit 6, and our color for that unit is red. So for today's notes, you're going to need two different colors. They can be highlighters, colored pencils, crayons, markers, or whatever you like. So at this point, if you don't have two colors available, you're going to need to pause this video and find some different colors. We're going to do some color coding. All right, scale drawings are models that either reduce, and that means to make smaller, or enlarge an object by a certain scale factor. The scale factor is a ratio that compares the size of the parts of the scale drawing of an object with the actual size of the parts of the object. Proportions can be used to determine either the actual dimensions or the model's dimensions. To do this, we use the formula model over actual equals model over actual. And this is where the two colors come in. So everything that's a dimension of a model or a drawing, we're going to color one color. So in this case, I'm going to use yellow to denote something that's part of a model or a drawing. And then I'm going to use pink to show anything that is actual or true to life, real life. So example 1. As part of the city's building refurbishment project, architects are constructing a scale model of several city buildings to present to the City Commission for approval. The scale of the model is 1 inch to 9 feet. So the 1 inch represents the dimension in the model, and the 9 feet represents a dimension in the actual buildings. So we're going to color code those. All right, question number 1. The courthouse is the tallest building in the city. If it is 7.5 inches tall in the model, so that's a model dimension, how tall is the actual building? So we're looking for the actual height. So 7.5 inches tall in the model. How tall is the actual building? So we can set up our proportion using that formula model over actual equals model over actual. So start with the scale drawing. Model 1 inch. Actual 9 feet is equal to 7.5 in the model. And when you see fractions, I'm okay if you want to convert that to a decimal. So 7.5 is 7.5. How tall is the actual building? That's what we don't know, so we're going to replace that with an X, and we're going to include our units. Okay. So again, quick review. 1 inch in the model is to 9 feet in real life or on the actual building. 7.5 inches tall in the model, and we don't know how tall that actual building is. Replace that with the variable. Same process we've been using all along, cross multiply and then solve. So 1 times x gives me 1x is equal to 9 feet times 7.5. So you can use your calculator to multiply 9 times 7.5 and you get 67.5. I see multiplication, so I'm going to use division. Divide both sides by 1. And I have x is equal to 67.5, and we want to make sure we include our units, 67.5 feet as my final answer. Example number 2. The City Commission would like to install new flagpoles that are 45 feet tall. How tall will they need to be in the model? So we dissect this a little bit. They are 45 feet tall. They're actually 45 feet tall in real life, so that's going to get the color pink. And how tall do they need to be in the model? That's what we're looking for, and that's in the model, so that's yellow. So set up my proportion. And sometimes it helps me if I color code even before I start setting it up, so this is a strategy that you could use for yourself. Okay. All right, so my model is 1 inch. in real life is 9 feet, so we're still using that same scale factor right there. They're 45 feet tall in real life, so we're going to put that in the denominator, 45 feet. How tall will they need to be in the model? So we're going to use x inches. Notice, just like before, my units in the numerator match and my units in the denominator match. So if I cross multiply and solve, 1 times 45 gives me 45 is equal to 9 times x, or 9x. Divide both sides, so I see multiplication by 9. I'm going to divide both sides by 9. And my final answer is 5 is equal to x. And then we want to make sure that we include our units in our answer. And we're looking for inches, so my final answer would be 5 inches.